Every day I see a stigma.
People are very misunderstood. They're not misunderstood, we're misunderstood. We're looked down upon as we're just here because we like free food, we don't want to work.
I guess I didn't know it was a stigma, but I guess that's how I took it upon myself to, like I remember being told, you don't talk about these things. So I thought everybody went through this and nobody talked about it. That's how I was thinking when I was young. And
yesterday, for instance, I'll give you a real big one. Like we went through the Tim Hortons on Rideau, right beside the Rideau Center, right across from the main entrance. There was one guy in line. I could have swore he was ordering things the way he was ordering them just to take the line out, just to make it slower for us, whether he saw a track mark on my arm or whether he thought I was dressed inappropriately or we spoke inappropriately or we didn't look right, or I don't know what it was, or he never seen us in the store before. But it literally, there was 10 people in line by the time he was finished, and his order came up to $7.32. I thought to myself, 10 minutes at the counter for $7? Something's wrong there. And then it took the other cashier at least another 5 minutes to come back to see our order.
My own family, they have no concept. They just think, oh well, the middle daughter, the alcoholic, you know, so you get labeled almost. Well, yeah, because it definitely affects their self-esteem. They have no sense of normalcy whatsoever. Like the simplest thing, like I used to get sad walking down the street when I was homeless, and I'd see a house with the lights on and know that I didn't have that. So you feel really like you don't feel like you're not contributing anything. So yeah, it's just it's quite unfortunate.
I find that it happens on a regular, and I don't know why. Like what do I have to do? Do I have to like do myself up in a complete like Barbie doll to like not be judged? Like I've been one of the Joneses. I've owned homes. I've raised children. I have grandchildren. I've been to college. I've also been 10 years to prison. I've done everything possible that there was to do.
We're not getting help. And since we're not getting help, people are forced to go out in the street. They're forced to sometimes do drugs just because it hurts so much. We feel like such a burden to society. And quite frankly, a lot of people in here right now, they're not a burden. They have so much potential. You know, it just makes me sad.
My substance use disorder history was basically one that many people experience. We have no idea about what's to happen. We do what most people do. We do choose to use a substance, but we don't choose to have an addiction. We don't choose having the substance use disorder. And because of the stigma involved with that, we try really desperately not to have what we have. And our relationships break down, and we're dazed and confused, and we try our very best, and we make promises to ourselves. I know I disappointed a lot of my friends and family because I couldn't hold my promises, but I couldn't tell you how disappointed I was in myself to be unable to guide my own life through my own intentions. Well, those internalized messages, nobody knew what was going on at the time. The science wasn't caught up with what happens to our minds and our actual brain functioning. And so as a consequence, it looked like I was just lying to everybody when I said I wanted to change. It looked like I was lying to myself when I said I wasn't going to do it again. And that stigma becomes internalized, and I couldn't trust myself. Stigma from other people was that they believed it was true. They saw no hope for me. They treated me as no hope, and they treated me as if it was my fault. And there was a language that accompanies that puts a blame on me for my health condition, including the labeling language. Today I'm standing here with my coat open in the snow because that is my luxury and my privilege today, because there is a car waiting for me to get in, there's a home for me to go to, and I get to be a bit chilly and not worry about it. I'm not trying to conserve my heat for the next 24 hours. And so that's important. So the language piece, and so when we say drug abusers, when we say homeless people, right, we are labeling people who are experiencing homelessness, people with a substance disorder, people using substances, people. It's why I identified myself earlier as someone's son. Everybody is someone's child. The relationships may be broken, there may be tragic losses, but all children growing up, and I know no child who looks out the window and says, I want to live out there. I want to have nothing, and I want to be looked down on. That's my life goal.